Hey guys, I got a new video for you today, and we're going to be taking a look at a really awesome new bag from Tolaccea. This is their travel garment bag. This one is in the blue color. Now, I wanted to start off the video by actually showing you guys the bag while I'm wearing it. I know a lot of times folks want to see what it looks like on somebody. For size reference, I am 6'4", about 220 pounds. So obviously this is what the bag looks like on me. Very, very comfortable backpack. It is empty right now, but once you fill it up, it's going to handle the weight very, very nicely, thanks to these nice padded shoulder straps. You do get a chest strap as well. The chest strap can actually be moved up and down, so you can actually adjust it depending on your height, and then you can actually cinch it tighter or looser depending on your chest. And then you also have a whistle in here, which is really nice. I do like bags that include that because it allows you to have a form of communication. If you need to, be heard or something like that, you can go ahead and use that whistle. I'll go ahead and turn to the side right here again. It's a little bit of a larger size bag, but this is a perfect bag for travel, especially if you're looking to do one bag travel, meaning you want to be able to fit everything into your bag and not have to worry about carrying multiple bags and stuff like that. The bag right here is going to be perfect for that. So what I'll do now is I'll go ahead and go onto the table and we'll take a closer look at all the things that make this bag really awesome. All right, so let's go ahead and take a closer look at the bag. Again, this is the travel garment bag from Tolaccea in the blue color. Now, this has a capacity of 45 to 55 liters. So again, it is a larger size bag, but it's going to hold a lot of stuff in there. So if you want to do one bag traveling, this is going to be a great bag for that. Dimensions are, it's got a width of 12.6 inches. It's got a height of 22.05 inches and a depth of 10.24 to 12.2 inches because, again, it is expandable. Now, taking a look at the bag itself, we'll go ahead and kind of get some closer look at all the different pockets and the different things that the bag can do, starting from the outside at the very front right here. I do love this blue color. I think it looks really, really nice, especially with the orange accents from the logo right here. So first things first, you do have a pocket. It's a kind of shallow pocket, but it runs the whole length of the bag itself. And inside of that pocket, you actually have your carrying strap. So as I mentioned, if you wanted to carry this in a different configuration, like a briefcase style, you can go ahead and do that by using this shoulder strap right here. Very easy to attach. As you guys can see right here, you do have your little attachment points, and then you can definitely carry it a different way. With that not in there, you do have use of this pocket right here. It's more of a shallow pocket, meaning it doesn't take up the whole height of the bag itself, but this is perfect for smaller items that you want to have readily accessible and at hand. All right, we'll go ahead and close that. You do have some compression straps all around the bag, so we'll go ahead and unbuckle those, but the buckles are nice and sturdy. And then you do have some cinching ability, so if you wanted to use those to kind of compress the items inside of the bag, you can go ahead and do that. I'll go ahead and unbuckle all four of those. And you can see right here, you have another pocket in the top right here. And this is actually going to be a full-size pocket. You do have a little bit of vent right there. So this is going to be a perfect pocket and to use if you want to put like some dirty items or some wet items or something like that. As you guys can see right there, you do have this reflective material inside that's going to allow it to remain so if it's wet or something like that, it's not going to go through the bag. And then you do have a zipper pocket at the top right here, which you can go ahead and put in some items also. So you do have a little bit of a tag right there. It does say dry, wet. So if you wanted to go ahead and put those items in here, you do get that little vent to the outside. You can put those there, and then the rest of the items right in the front right there. And that way you won't have to worry about mixing your either dirty or wet items with your clean items. All right, so moving down the bag, the next zipper that you're going to come across is going to be the one that's going to allow you to actually expand this bag. As I mentioned, you do have a capacity of 45 to 55 liters. So by using this zipper right here and going all the way around the bag, it's going to allow you to expand the bag and you get that extra 10 liters. So this is perfect in case you pick up, a couple things and, you want to give your bag a little bit more room. You can go ahead and expand the bag, and then using the cinching straps all around, then you can go ahead and cinch it down so it's nice and secure. All right, from there, we're going to move on to the next section. But before I do, I want to go ahead and show you guys another way that you can actually carry it, and it's by using these straps right here. You will be able to go ahead and secure the straps right there and carry it like a briefcase style. If you wanted to go ahead and do that, you do get a little padding here that will go on there if you wanted to use that. Once you do secure it, so it's going to allow you to be more comfortable if you wanted to use it that way. So again, this is more of a briefcase style. Now, if you wanted to use this instead of using that the shoulder strap that I showed you guys earlier, you can go ahead and use that. All right, so if we move around the back of the bag right here, there's going to be another pocket that's going to allow us to gain access into another section of the bag. And there's quite a few zippers here, so it's always good to go ahead and, kind of go through your bag to make sure you know where everything is. And that's going to be this zipper right here. If you go ahead and open that, you have a small little water bottle pocket here. This is perfect. You can go ahead and put a small water bottle in there. There is a divider in there as well if you wanted to do that. What I would find very useful for this is a small umbrella. This is going to be perfect for that. That way it stays right at the back, right at the outside. If you go, if you need it, you can go ahead and use that zipper and get into it. So that is really nice. Besides that, you're going to have this other zipper right here. And as you go ahead and open that, it's actually going to go all the way around the bag. And it's going to allow you to go ahead and clamshell this bag open. Now, a couple things inside. You are going to have this other bag, which was a surprise to me. I like the fact that they did include this, but this is perfect. As you guys can see right there, it does say shoes. I love the fact that they do these little labels and they label all their bags. So this is going to be so you can use your shoes or you can stow your shoes. And you do have that little vent, kind of like the bag had on the outside. So if you wanted to vent out or anything like that, you can do that. And then you have another zipper in the back right here, which you can put whatever it is that you want. Now, this bag is perfect to throw in there in case, again, if you want to throw your shoes in there, but also if you wanted to have a little bag to kind of walk around and stuff like that, carry certain, small little items. Let's say you leave this bag in the hotel, but you want another bag to carry some items, you can go ahead and use that as well. So that is really nice that they did include that. Now, this is going to be kind of like your main section right here. It's nice and deep, so you're able to arrange all of your clothing, all of your different items and things like that in there. The walls do come up nicely. So this is a great fit for all of those items that you're going to want to stow in there. But on the other side right here, you do have the reason for this bag and why it's called the garment bag is because you do have your garment pocket. And again, this is labeled right there, which is really, really nice. It's got some nice padding here, which is going to allow you to have the items that you want to have in there. So again, coats, dresses, things that you don't want wrinkled, things that you don't want to fold down too much, then you can go ahead and use that. And you access that section via this zipper right here, which zips all the way around. And then it comes open, and hoping that you can see it all on camera right here because it has a couple different sections here. So this does open up into quite a few sections. So it's very, very long. So it'll encompass the majority of items that you would want to put in here. There's actually a fourth section right here which comes down, and you do have these little raised areas here, which is going to allow it for it not to wrinkle. And then you have the strap right here in the middle, which is going to keep everything nice and organized. So if you see right here at the very top, again, some more labels and stuff like that. So you do have a little label here that says hanger. So you have an area to put 2 hangers. So you can actually hang your coats, hang your dresses, your shirts, whatever it is that you're going to want to put in here that you don't want to get wrinkled. You can go ahead and hang it from there. And then you actually have 2 extra pockets in the back right here. So if you want to keep everything together, maybe you want to put like your ties, or you want to put your socks or your underwear, stuff like that, to keep like your whole outfit together. This is going to allow you to actually do that very, very nicely. I love the fact that they incorporated this garment section into this bag. You don't see a lot of bags that do that. A lot of times, if you do have the need for a garment bag, you end up having to have your bag, your suitcase, whatever it is, and then an extra garment bag. Tolaccea has done a great job at incorporating that into, again, one bag. So if you wanted to do one bag traveling, this is a perfect bag for that. All right, so closing up the garment section, we'll go ahead and close the back here of the bag and secure that, and move on to another pocket here, and that's going to be accessed through the top right here. So you do have some extra zippers here. This is all the way towards the back of the bag, and these come almost all the way down, and this is going to give you access to kind of like an electronics section. So at the top right here, you do have a key keeper, which is nice. A lot of bigger bags like this do not offer that, but you do have an area right here where you can put some notebooks, some magazines, and things like that. A little smaller pockets here on the side. Not exactly sure what you would put in there. Maybe some pens if you wanted to. You can go ahead and do that. And then on the back right here, you do have a little tag again. It does say laptop, and it actually gives you two very nicely padded sections. The first one right here would probably be more for a tablet, and then the second one right there, it'll be for a laptop. And then you do have the strap right here with Velcro that you can use to go ahead and secure that down. Now, the really awesome thing about this one is also these pockets do not go all the way down. So what that means is that when you have your laptop in there or your tablet, if you go ahead and lay the back down, it's not going to be making contact with the bottom of your laptop, which is really nice. You do get quite a bit of room in here as well. So if you wanted to put some items that kind of go with the laptop, so like the charger or a keyboard or a mouse or something like that, you can go ahead and lay those in there as well. It's got more than enough room for everything. And then again, the addition of this laptop pocket obviously goes back to what I've been saying is if you wanted to use this bag and just use this one bag to carry everything, they've got you covered with this laptop area. All right, and finally we made it to the back of the bag right here, and I think this is an area that is very, very well thought out. I think they did a really awesome job in thinking of comfort when it comes to this bag. So the shoulder straps are very, very nicely padded. As you guys can see right there, very thick padding. It's going to make it super, super comfortable to carry. I already showed you guys it does come with the chest strap, and then you do have that incorporated whistle right there. You can cinch it down or make it wider depending on how wide your chest is, but also slide it up and down. So depending on your height, it will accommodate for that. Now again, as I mentioned, you have a couple different ways of carrying the bag. So right now you do have the backpack straps, but if you wanted to go ahead and remove those, you have the buckles right here, which are very easy to remove. You just pinch on those, the little gate comes open, and then you just slide it out. And then in the back here, you can actually stow your backpack straps. So we'll go ahead and do both of those so you guys can see what that looks like. Very easy, very quickly. You can go ahead and stow those backpack straps, and then you do have a little button closure here in the center. You snap that closed, and then now your straps are hidden away. It makes it very sleek, very easy. You're not going to have to worry about the straps kind of getting hung up on anything. And then you can go ahead and use the supplied handles right here to go ahead and carry those, or if not, if you wanted to use the shoulder strap that I showed you guys earlier, this section right here, the two areas right here, you actually see that they have like these orange stitching there. You can go ahead and attach that strap on there and carry it like a gym bag almost. Now, great options. I think it's, they did have a lot of thought process in there. I do like the little accents of orange. You do have a orange grab handle right up here, a pull handle, if you wanted to go ahead and use that to retrieve the bag. Maybe it's sitting like an overhead bin or something like that. You can go ahead and do that. Padding on this is extraordinary. I think they did a really awesome job. Almost overbuilding this padding because it's so comfortable. You do have these different sections of padding here, nice and thick, but then you also have channels in the middle, which are going to allow for airflow. So you have a big channel right here, and then channels on the side, and then on the side right there. So you're not going to have to worry about your back getting sweaty if you're carrying this bag or anything like that. And then last but not least is they did include the strap right here in the middle, which is going to allow you to actually run your luggage handle through here. So if you have, another piece of luggage that has a handle, you can go ahead and run it through there and then secure your Tolaccea garment bag on there and not have to worry about it moving or anything like that. As far as construction goes, you're going to see that this bag is overly built, super, super comfortable, but super overly constructed. All of the stitching, as you guys can see right here, is boxed and cross stitching. So that is a really, really good sign of the fact that this bag is going to last you a long time. And as you guys can see right here, with it completely empty, it doesn't take up a lot of room. So if you do have to stow this like in your closet or something like that, you can go ahead and easily do that. It does fold down, but then, when you pack it out, you do get quite a bit of room in there. Again, 45 to 55 liters worth of room and a bunch of pockets to distribute all your items, all your gear, all your clothing, and then the cinch straps on the side to kind of get it all organized and nice and secure. So if you guys are interested, I'll go ahead and leave a link below where you guys can pick one of these bags up, check out the different colors, the different type of bags that they do have available, because I think Tolaccea does a really awesome job at thinking what is it that the person is going to need with their bags, and then they overbuilt it and this bag is going to last you a long time. So there it is. Let me know if you guys have any questions. Thanks.